Hey there, I can't believe that summer's almost over. It doesn't even feel like it got started yet. Today I'm going to show you how I made this little card that you could give to somebody close to you that's going back to school. Maybe you have a little sister or a kid or a nephew, niece, somebody that needs some cash or a gift card to a clothes store because clothes are pretty expensive, especially jeans. But today I'm going to show you how to make these jeans on a little stamped image. It's a really fast tutorial and it's really fun. You ready? Here we go. So what you want to start out with is two of the same image, and I printed this one off the computer, and it used to be a coloring book page that got resized and shrunk down to make a little digi stamp. Print two of the same, and then you want to take your craft knife and you want to cut inside the lines that are the jeans. I already did that with this one so you guys could kind of see. I cut out this center and kind of just lightly stuck it here for now. And then you take your one that's cut out and you use it to mask over the one that you're going to color on. I like to use just a little bit of tape to hold my project down so it doesn't go sliding around anywhere. So just take a bit of just, regular old tape and stick it down, or you can get some artist tape or whatever, but this stuff works just fine. That just holds it in place a little bit better while you're working with it, because if it was to get off center when you're coloring, you'd kind of end up with a mess. If you hold it down a little bit better, your edges will stay flush with this other paper so that your ink doesn't get outside the lines. Okay, once you've got your pants all masked off, I'm going to work with three colors today, and I'm just going to work with what I've got. So I've got some Star Spangled Blue, I've got some Twilight color, and I've got some Desert Sand, because even blue jeans have a little bit of brown in them. And we're going to start working from darkest to lightest. So go ahead and get your ink ready, and what we're going to use is this is a dollar store special, again, because I'm really kind of famous for those. It's just a blush brush. You'd use what an artist would call like a stipple brush, or something that's kind of stiff at the ends but big. We want big surface area because we're going to make big splotches. So pick up just a little bit of your ink, and then we're just going to kind of daub it. You want it to look really speckly and spotted, and kind of think about like your highlights and shadows where you want those to be, because working with our darkest first, try to put more of your dark color in the areas that are going to be darker, like on the corners here and maybe to the sides. She's pretty sparkly now, speckled. Okay. Then you just kind of move on to your next color. And jeans come in all kinds of different colors and stuff. I really don't think there's a way that you can mess this up, as long as you have a couple different shades of blue. You can have a lot of fun with it and just kind of go with whatever you want. I wish my camera zoomed in a little bit more so you could see the details on this, but basically what's happening is we're getting a lot of different speckles of little different colors, and when you tap this down lightly, it just leaves little tiny dots. Comes out looking pretty cool. Okay, if you look at your blue jeans, you're going to notice that there's a lot of different colors in them. There's white, which we've already got in the background. There's some blues, dark blues, light blues, and there's even just a little bit of tan. So I'm going to use this Desert Sand color too and add just a couple different Oh, just a little more highlights here. This little gal's got some sparkles on her pants. Later on, I'm going to go back in there and add some bling. That'll be cool. And just work with it until you feel like you're happy with the result that you got. Now if you wanted to, you could even take an additional brush and do a little more highlighting. I don't have a darker blue close to my heart ink than that, but I do have this chalk that's a little bit of charcoal in my smaller brush. So I'm going to use this and just go back lightly along the edges of her pants, just to give them a little bit of a shadow. If you had a white, you could also do this on the highlighted areas and go around like that. The next step is going to be for me to add to my edges just a little bit more of a definition. And what I have is a blending pen, and it's just basically a pen with a blank end to it that you can use to pick up any color pigment that you want. I'm going to use that Twilight color that I used before because it turns out looking really jeansy and cute. And you take your ink, and you can do this with lots of different kinds. You just use it, press it to the lid, open it up, and you've got some pigment right here. This is going to be plenty for what I want. So I'm going to pick up just a little bit of that, and then I'm going to go through here on the edges of the jeans, and I'm going to add just a little bit of a border along the edges to give them some accent. And this is a cool color for this. I didn't realize how good this was going to show up. And this color is Twilight. And the cool thing about your blending pen is, you know, if you feel like your line is too dark or you picked up too much pigment or something, you can always sit there and go over it again to blend it in. Blender pen, how cool. So I've taken my mask off of her now and gone around the edges with my Twilight blue and my blender pen just to give her a little more definition, and all that's left is to finish coloring her with some Copics or whatever else you want to color her with, and you're done. Ready to stick her on a card. That's all for today's quick tutorial. Thanks for stopping by.